Hello Aries, and welcome to my channel Green Lion Goddess Tarot. This is your monthly reading for July, a little bit later than what I had planned. I apologise, but I've been off sick for the last week, so everything got delayed, everything got put back. But we're here and we're moving into July, and so Cancer season moving into Leo season. You might really feel the shift into the fire, another fire sign like you as well. Plus the big news is astrologically wise, the nodes of fate and destiny, your soul growth purpose. The North Node is moving into your sign and the South Node is moving into Libra, your opposite sign. So that's happening on the 17th of July. Wow. We have the Star card, peace and healing coming through for you. So I really feel like there's an opportunity with the final stages of the South Node, which is old karma, a whole heap of old deep emotions that you're releasing here, to be able to have a deep emotional release over something that you've potentially been working on for the last 18 months that has had it might be something quite deep and private for yourself, but I get this sense of deep emotional release, letting it all go so that it kind of feels free. You get the peace and the healing and the lightness as a result of it, which is really lovely. And then it kind of creates this white space for you so that you can move into these new, very exciting energies with the North Node moving into your sign. Now, they are soul growth lessons, so they're not going to be like, it's still, there's a lot of things to learn through these new directions that are coming through, but I feel like you're going to be very, very guided. So the Star card, very lovely, and it may be that there's something about you that is shining more brightly this month. So you might be noticed, or it may be just something becomes a lot easier for you. So let's see what else is shifting and changing. We've got Cup 7, Moon, Scorpio. Yeah, this is that Scorpio energy I was talking about, which is very, very intense. So emotional intensity to lift, which is really nice. We can see the swan is effortlessly gliding through the water, which is actually really nice. And this Moon Scorpio energy could have been quite, like I said, quite having to deal with some emotions that usually are quite hard to access, or things that are kind of squashed down a little bit so you don't normally feel them that much. So the Cup 7 Moon Scorpio is also speaking of a vision that might be coming through for you that is still forming. You're being guided towards this vision. It's still forming. There's new options. I think really trust your intuition and trust your feelings with this one, Aries. So yeah, it feels really quite magical actually. So let's see what else is coming through for Aries. So Aries, I just wanted to let you know that this reading is for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know where they are, because it gives you a fuller picture, the more holistic view of what's going on for you. And this is a general reading, Aries. Just take what feels right, leave the rest, really trust your intuition. And if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading, and the link for that will be in the description box below. The extended reading is accessed through my Patreon channel now. I've kind of given up on my old provider. Here you've got the 7 of Cups again coming in. You can see the cloudedness that's coming through. There's a really good option, but it might not necessarily be presenting, or you might not be feeling it quite yet with that Ace of Cups. So there's a little bit of healing still, or laying something to rest and finding some peace within a situation still to go on here. So yeah, I was just mentioning that yes, the extended reading is through the Patreon channel now, because I've kind of stopped my old platform. I was just having too many issues with it. And yeah, there's no locked in contracts with signing up for the Patreon, and you might as well check out the rest of the content while you're there, while you're looking at your extended reading as well. So let's see what else is coming through for Aries. A lot of blue and white energy I'm feeling here. So yeah, look, blue and white. Here we've got something that was in the recent past. In the near future, things are starting to change colour. The colours, this all seems very almost like, yeah, it's monochrome almost. It feels like there's either a simplicity, a bleakness or a dullness. There's a sense that everything feels blue and white. So unless those colours mean something in particular to you, sometimes they're like got significance, those colours, but there's definitely like a bit of a kind of interesting energy coming through. Aries coming in with the Four of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. So there's a lot of energy coming in around your work and around putting in work to get organised with things. Mars has moved into Virgo, or will be moving into Virgo from Leo. And so this is the Eight of Pentacles energy of time to get down to work. It's time to start getting some interesting feedback, to look at how to make something more efficient, or to get really organised with a new direction that I feel that you are kind of effortlessly floating towards here, very intuitively. So the situation is the Seven of Cups. Things might not necessarily seem clear at this moment in time. Things might seem a little bit clouded. There's looking at new options to find new results, really trusting your feelings with some things, but the vision is still forming, as we mentioned with the Seven of Cups, and some of the choices that lie in front of you are good choices and some of them are not so good. So it's a matter of, I think, don't rush into any decisions, hasty decisions or choices yet until you get the clear picture. Crossed by the Ace of Cups. Now, Ace of Cups doesn't really cross very, it's such a nice card. But it's potentially that there is some new feelings that are coming up for you that you're still processing. There's potentially one of the options that you're looking at here hasn't presented itself, and it's just waiting for it to emerge. It could be that, like I said, there's a little bit more healing to be done, and to be kind of a healing process that is blocking you from stepping forward at this moment in time. But I feel like that's all about to shift and change. So we've got the Two of Swords in your conscious mind, potentially some uncertainty, the fact that things are seeming, it's kind of interesting because things do seem clouded in this line, but yet we've got the Star, which is you are being very strongly guided. And those two can actually go hand in hand, because sometimes it's like you feel like you're being really guided, but you don't know why, or you don't know what it looks like or how it's going to work, but you just feel like that's where you need to be going. And that's kind of the feeling I'm getting with this. We can see with the Two of Swords that the character is blindfolded. So they've got messages from the intuition on one side. They're getting their rational mind saying, well, I don't know how that's possible. And so it's maybe stuck in this energy of indecision. So I think that perhaps that there is a need for some clarity, a need to make some kind of a decision here. At the base, we've got the Knight of Swords. So you might be wanting this happening faster and sooner than what it is. You might be getting a bit bored and restless with this Knight of Swords at the base here, with this energy, because the Knight of Swords wants to spring into action, wants to make the choice, wants to move forward, wants to kind of go, this is the plan. But these cards here are a little bit like, well, I don't know, I'm unsure, I'm uncertain, I can't. Yeah, so it can feel a little bit like there's these two energies that are at odds with each other at this moment in time. But in the recent past, we've got the Three of Pentacles. So this is suggesting that there has been the Three of Pentacles. There's something that has been around recently where you've been working with other people in some capacity that has been nice. So this can be an energy exchange of any sort. So this could be your work, because we've got the Eight of Pentacles. It can be a lot to do with your work, workmates or work people, that there's been a nice kind of productive flow that could have come through, or some sort of group project that you're working on. This could equally just be that, say, neighbours or friends or family that you kind of seem to be on the same page. Like it feels like there's this energy of the effort that you've put in has been reflected back to you. You're feeling valued within a situation. So that's kind of, which has been good for your self-worth in a way. There's someone around you or a group situation or something that you've put in a really valuable effort or some time, or you've got some really, really valuable skills, or they just value you for whatever reason. So there's something that this is possibly Venus in Leo coming in, wanting to kind of get you feeling a bit better about a situation in your life. for whatever reason. And so we have in the near future, the Chariot, because it's saying in the near future, this is wanting to bring those two voices that are kind of hesitant, or the two energies that feel like you're pulling you in two different directions, onto the same page to focus and to move things forward. So it's going to require a lot of willpower and determination to move forward here with the Chariot. It really does feel like it. It's kind of interesting. That's what it might feel like in the near future. The Star card, though, is a much easier energy of effortlessly floating through, or at least the Swan makes it look easy. We know under the water that the legs are paddling. So it may be that it's requiring a little bit of internal work and willpower from you. You're making something look easy, but people aren't necessarily seeing all the work that you're putting in because you're making it look easy. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. So we have you as the Nine of Wands. So I think there's a situation here that you're getting a bit frustrated, bored, tired, or fed up with here with the Nine of Wands. It's like, so I think that you're a little bit, there's a little bit of like weariness that's coming in around it in general, perhaps soul weariness. The energy surrounding you is the Nine of Cups, because it seems like there is, it's interesting because it's like these two different energies. One feels a bit like blur, uncertain, murky. The other one feels like it's moving forward, and it might just be different aspects of your life that feels like there's something really fulfilling around that you might want to be kind of connecting to with this Nine of Cups. So it's kind of like, I like some of that, thank you, because this is feeling a bit blur. So yeah, there is something around you that can bring some fulfillment. Hopes and fears is the Empress. You're wanting some abundance, some pleasure, some fun, to get some, reap the harvest, and with some abundance with the Empress, which is really nice. We have as the outcome the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Four of Wands. Okay, so there are plans that are moving forward here. It could be around how you're feeling, around wanting to get out of, getting out of home. I feel like it's like, I don't want to be in this internal space for too long. Yes, there is peace and healing, compassion to be found here, but I feel like this is kind of like get me out of the house energy. I like sometimes when you're kind of stuck at home for too long and you're just like, I need to get out. I really need to get out and to be doing something so that I can really work out what it is that I really, really want here from a situation. When I come back home again, I'm going to be happy. So I really feel like there's something that is drawing you out of a comfortable place or a home base in a way. Like it might be this is home base for my living situation. This could be home base for my relationship, but that something's become quite stagnant and stifled. You need to get out of the ordinary, go do something interesting, and then come back again. So this Four of Wands is the start of the North Node in your sign. It's the 1111 portal. It's your soul speaking to you and saying, what is it that you truly desire? And so I feel like it's almost like you need to get out of the divine feminine to kind of work that out. You need to get out of your home space, get out and about, see people, do things, to kind of work this out, what this is that you're drawing towards you at this moment in time with this Four of Wands. So, yeah, it's interesting, and I feel like it could be a lot to do with your work with the Eight of Pentacles or what it is that you're working on. So it feels like if you are wanting to, there's something that you're really desiring, that it could be very deeply fulfilling, that actually may require some willpower to get out of a bit of a funky energy here. But once it's saying on the higher potentials of it is the Star card, is it can bring the peace, it can bring the healing, it can move forward effortlessly. But it's something that potentially you might want to be putting a bit of work or effort into so that you can make it work, so that you can, so you can get organized with it and make it happen. So that's happening with the Eight of Pentacles. So let's pull an affirmation card for you, Aries, and see what's coming in. We've got, okay, this makes a lot of sense. I turn every experience into an opportunity. Each problem has a solution. All experiences are opportunities for me to learn and grow. I am safe. So wherever it is that you're feeling frustrated or bored or I need to get out of this situation for a while, do it. Absolutely. That's where the fresh energy is going to be. That's where you're going to start finding this greater sense of purpose, this new sense of purpose and fulfillment that's coming through. And then that's going to grow and grow and grow and lead you down new paths. So, yeah, it's going to be really important. I need to find the charm. So let's pull a charm for you. We have the skull and crossbones. Interesting. So, yeah, the longer that you kind of stay, there's a lot coming in around your living situation here, to be honest. It feels like it's going to require a lot of effort to get out of a living situation or a funky space that has been like potentially could be getting a bit toxic for you. So that's what I feel like, the skull and crossbones is usually like, no, I don't go down that path, a very strong, like this is toxic, dangerous for you kind of energy. So there's nothing here particularly looking dire or anything around that, but I would say that you're getting some very clear messages about the direction that you're going, and you might get some very clear yeses and you might get some very clear nos. And if you get that, then that's actually, even though it might feel like, well, this is an interesting experience, I wasn't expecting to get a no, you can turn it into the opportunity because you've got the star card here. I feel like you're being so strongly guided. The universe, sometimes we think we have our best interests at heart, or we know the best direction for us, but it's kind of like the universe is guiding you into the new path. So to trust that. So that's your reading, Aries. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now, where we're going to look at what's happening in the future beyond. Where is this all going? Because I get this sense this is the very start of that North Node energy in your sign, which is got this sense of purpose to finding it once you do find what that is. And so we're going to sort of see what's coming in, what you need to know about the future, where the future energy is going with all of this. And we're going to ask any other clarifiers and anything else you need to know working with this energy. So that's all in the extended reading. Love it if you come over. The link is in the description box below. Usually pin the link to the comments as well. And please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, Aries, and take care.